Eligibility. Eligibility. Meet the requirements to do something. Meet the requirements to do something. Naturalization. Naturalization. The process of becoming a citizen of a country. The process of becoming a citizen of a country. Current. Current. The present time. The present time. Nickname. Nickname. Informal name that people call you. Informal name that people call you. Aliases. Aliases. Different names you use. Different names you use. Maiden name. Maiden name. The last name of a woman before marriage. The last name of a woman before marriage. Legal. Legally. Legal. Legally. Allowed by the law. Allowed by the law. Lawful. Lawful. Legal. Legal. Country of nationality. Country of nationality. The country where you are a citizen. The country where you are a citizen. Physical disability. Physical disability. Limitation on a person's body function. Limitation on a person's body function. Developmental disability. Developmental disability. Mental or physical problems that begin before adulthood. Mental or physical problems that begin before adulthood. Mental impairment. Mental impairment. A person's mind is not working properly. A person's mind is not working properly. Prevent. Prevent. To stop something from happening. To stop something from happening. Demonstrate. Demonstrate. To show. To show. Exception. Exception. Not required. Not required. Accommodations. Accommodations. Special assistance. Special assistance. Residence. Residence. Where you live. Where you live. Physical address. Physical address. Address of where you live. Address of where you live. Mailing address. Mailing address. Address of where you receive your mail. Address of where you receive your mail. In care of name. In care of name. Name of someone at an address that is not yours. Name of someone at an address that is not yours. Marital history. Marital history. The history of persons' marriages. The history of persons' marriages. Single. Single. Never married. Never married. 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 Having a husband or wife. Having a husband or wife. Divorced. Divorced. Married in the past but not anymore. Married in the past but not anymore. Widowed. Widowed. Your spouse died and you have not remarried. Your spouse died and you have not remarried. Separated. Separated. Still married but not living together. Still married but not living together. Usually in the process of getting a divorce. Usually in the process of getting a divorce. Marriage annulled. Marriage annulled. Marriage that is declared invalid. Marriage that is declared invalid. Spouse. Spouse. Husband or wife. Husband or wife. Deceased. Deceased. Died. Died. Stepchildren. Stepchildren. Children from your spouse's ex-spouse. Children from your spouse's ex-spouse. legally adopted child, legally adopted child, child who is legally taken by another family as their own, child who is legally taken by another family as their own. Claim, claim, to say something is true, to say something is true. Register, register, to sign up, to sign up. Vote, vote, to formally choose a candidate, to formally choose a candidate. Federal, federal, the central government, the central government. Local, local, a specific area, a specific area. Hereditary title, hereditary title, inherited title, inherited title. The title you receive when you are born in a royal family. The title you receive when you are born in a royal family. Nobility, nobility, people of the highest rank in a society. People of the highest rank in a society. Foreign country, foreign country, a nation that is not your own, a nation that is not your own. Declared, declared, to be diagnosed, to be diagnosed. Incompetent, incompetent, not having the ability to do, not having the ability to do. Confined, confined, to keep someone in a place, to keep someone in a place. Mental institution, mental institution, a hospital for mentally ill, a hospital for mentally ill. Oh, oh, to have a debt, to have a debt. Overdue, overdue, being not done by an expected date, being not done by an expected date. File, file, to officially record something, to officially record something. Tax return, tax return, a form to report income earned in a year, a form to report income earned in a year. Non-US, non-US, not be of the US, not be of the US. Resident, resident, a person who lives somewhere long-term, a person who lives somewhere long-term. Member, member, a person of some group, a person of some group. Involve, involve, to participate in, to participate in. Associated, associated, to be related, to be related. Communist Party, Communist Party, a political party that supports communist principles, a political party that supports communist principles. Totalitarian Party, Totalitarian Party, only one political party that has complete power and control over the people. Only one political party that has complete power and control over the people. Terrorist organization, terrorist organization, an organization that uses violence for political or religious purpose. An organization that uses violence for political or religious purpose. Advocate, advocate, to publicly support, to publicly support. Overthrow, overthrow, to remove someone from power force, to remove someone from power force. Violence, violence, to use of force to hurt others, to use of force to hurt others. Persecute, persecute, ill treatment based on personal beliefs, ill treatment based on personal beliefs. Religion, religion, a system of faith, a system of faith. Associate, associate, to have a connection, to have a conviction. Nazi, Nazi, the party under Hitler, the party under Hitler. SS military unit, SS military unit, an organization under the Nazi government, an organization under the Nazi government. Extermination camp, extermination camp, a place to keep people before killing them, a place to keep people before killing them. Concentration camp, concentration camp, a place to keep political prisoners during the war, a place to keep political prisoners during the war. Prisoner of war camp, prisoner of war camp, a place to keep enemy soldiers during the war, a place to keep enemy soldiers during the war. Transit camp, transit camp, a place to keep people such as refugees, a place to keep people such as refugees. Involve, involve, to take part in, to take part in. Genocide, genocide, killing of an ethnic group, killing of an ethnic group. Torture, torture, to inflict pain, to inflict pain. Kill, kill, to take someone's life, to take someone's life. Hurt, hurt, to cause pain, to cause pain. On purpose, on purpose, to be intentional, to be intentional. Sexual, sexual, anything relating to sex, anything relating to sex. Contact, contact, to be physically touching, to be physically touching. Relation, relation, a connection with a person, a connection with a person. Practice a religion, practice a religion, to believe in and perform the activities associated with that religion, to believe in and perform the activities associated with that religion. Participate, participate, to take part in, to take part in. Military, military, an armed force, an armed force. Paramilitary, paramilitary, a non-official military, a non-official military. Police, police, a government force that maintains public order, a government force that maintains public order. Self-defense, self-defense, to protect yourself, to protect yourself. Vigilante unit, vigilante unit, a non-official force that maintains public order, a non-official force that maintains public order. Rebel, rebel, a person who fights against the government, a person who fights against the government. Guerrilla, guerrilla, a small armed force fighting against larger regular force, a small armed force fighting against larger regular force. Militia, militia, non-official military, non-official military. Insurgent, insurgent, a person who overthrows the government, a person who overthrows the government. Prison, prison, jail, jail, a place to lock up criminals, a place to lock up criminals. Prison camp, prison camp, a prison for prisoners of war and political prisoners, a prison for prisoners of war and political prisoners. Detention facility, detention facility, a place where people are forced to stay, a place where people are forced to stay. Neighbor camp, neighbor camp, a place where people are forced to work, a place where people are forced to work. Weapon, weapon, live or gun, live or gun. Threaten, threaten, to warn to hurt someone, to warn to hurt someone. Provide, provide, to give, to give. Training, training, to practice doing something, to practice doing something. Recruit, recruit, to ask someone to join, to ask someone to join. Enlist, enlist, to recruit someone to join an armed force, to recruit someone to join an armed force. Conscript, conscript, to require someone to join an armed force, to require someone to join an armed force. Combat, combat, to battle, to battle. Records have been sealed. Records have been sealed. Records are not public. Records are not public. Expunged, expunged, erased, erased. Constitute, constitute, to be considered, to be considered. Disclose the information, disclose the information, to provide the information, to provide the information. Assist, assist, to help, to help. Attempt, attempt, to try to do, to try to do. Commit, commit, carry out a crime, carry out a crime. Crime, crime, an illegal act, an illegal act. Offense, offense, minor crime, minor crime. Arrest, arrest, to seize someone by the police, to seize someone by the police. Cite, cite, to be called to court, to be called to court. Detain, detain, to keep in place, to keep in place. Law enforcement officer, law enforcement officer, an officer for carry out the law, an officer for carry out the law. Immigration, immigration, moving to another country, moving to another country. Armed force, armed force, military, military. Charged, charged, to be accused of crime, to be accused of crime. Convicted, convicted, to be found guilty, to be found guilty. Alternative sentencing, alternative sentencing, to give another punishment, to give another punishment. Rehabilitative program, rehabilitative program, applying to correct a criminal's actions, applying to correct a criminal's actions. Diversion, diversion, a program for criminals other than prosecution, a program for criminals other than prosecution. Deferred prosecution, deferred prosecution, deferred adjudication, deferred adjudication. To not convict a criminal based on some requirement, to not convict a criminal based on some requirement. Withheld adjudication, withheld adjudication, to keep someone not found guilty under watch, to keep someone not found guilty under watch. Suspended sentence, suspended sentence, a delayed punishment, a delayed punishment. Probation, probation, to keep a released criminal under watch, to keep a released criminal under watch. Parole, parole, to release the criminal before their sentence ends, to release the criminal before their sentence ends. Outcome, outcome, disposition, disposition, the final status of a case, the final status of a case. Habitual drunkard, habitual drunkard, Someone who frequently drinks too much alcohol. Someone who frequently drinks too much alcohol. Prostitute. Prostitute. Someone who gets paid for sex. Someone who gets paid for sex. Procure. Procure. To find a prostitute for someone. To find a prostitute for someone. Prostitution. Prostitution. The act of having sex with other person for money. The act of having sex with other person for money. Smuggle. Smuggle. To bring into a country illegally. To bring into a country illegally. Controlled substances. Controlled substances. Drugs regulated by the government. Drugs regulated by the government. Narcotic. Narcotic. Addictive and illegal drugs. Addictive and illegal drugs. Obtain. Obtain. To get. To get. Benefit. Benefit. Government support for citizens. Government support for citizens. Gamble. Gamble. To bet money. To bet money. Income. Income. Money earned. Money earned. Support. Support. To provide for. To provide for. Dependence. Dependence. People you support. People you support. Alimony. Alimony. Money paid to former spouse. Money paid to former spouse. Misrepresentation. Misrepresentation. To give misleading statement. To give misleading statement. Public benefit. Public benefit. Money from the government to help you. Money from the government to help you. Documentation. Documentation. Official information or paperwork about something. Official information or paperwork about something. False. False. Not true. Not true. Fraudulent. Fraudulent. To trick people. To trick people. Misleading. Misleading. To give the wrong idea. To give the wrong idea. Entry. Entry. To enter. To enter. Admission. Admission. To be allowed for entry. To be allowed for entry. Remove. Remove. To move someone out. To move someone out. Exclude. Exclude. To keep someone out. To keep someone out. Deport. Deport. To force the person to leave a country. To force the person to leave a country. Order. Order. To command. To command. Rescission. Rescission. To cancel a contract. To cancel a contract. Deportation proceeding. Deportation proceeding. Legal process of deporting a person. Legal process of deporting a person. Pending. Pending. Waiting to happen. Waiting to happen. Serve. Serve. To perform a duty. To perform a duty. Member. Member. An individual belonging a group. An individual belonging a group. Deploy. Deploy. To move soldiers to a new place. To move soldiers to a new place. Court-martialed. Court-martialed. To go to a military court. To go to a military court. Discipline. Discipline. To be polished for doing something wrong. To be polished for doing something wrong. Discharge. Discharge. A soldier leaves the military. A soldier leaves the military. Avoid. Avoid. To keep away from. To keep away from. Draft. Draft. To be selected for military service. To be selected for military service. Apply. Apply. To request. To request. Exemption. Exemption. To be free of duty. To be free of duty. Desert. Desert. Too abundant. Too abundant. Selective service. Selective service. Registered in the U.S. Armed Forces required by law. Registered in the U.S. Armed Forces required by law. Constitution. Constitution. The supreme law of the nation. The supreme law of the nation. Oath of allegiance. Oath of allegiance. A promise of loyalty to your country. A promise of loyalty to your country. Bear arms. Bear arms. To take up weapons. To take up weapons. Non-combatant service. Non-combatant service. Military jobs that don't involve combat, such as nursing. Military jobs that don't involve combat, such as nursing. Work of national importance. Work of national importance. Tasks that are important to a nation during the crisis. Tasks that are important to a nation during the crisis. Civilian. Civilian. Anyone who is not in the military. Anyone who is not in the military.